record time. Everything's working smoothly.
Hey, YouTube.
Hey, there we go. We're live. Are we? Hang on, it's not working on my end. I think we are, though.
There we
Yes,
go.
we
I
are.
see it.
Hello, everybody. No. Oh, yes, there it is.
No.
Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our weekly stream. Nothing particularly planned for today. We're just going to have a bit of a sesh. So if there's anything you ever wanted to talk about, anything's going on in your world, you can chuck it into the chat there on YouTube, or come and join us in Zoom. The link is also on the chat in YouTube. Let's start off by checking in on the Tafe Bowl situation. I think we're on week, what is it, 4 or something for Zoticus? Week 3, I think, for me and D. How are you doing, Zoticus, with the bowl?
I am loving it. It's still my everyday daily driver. It's been it's the 26th, so it's been a month. I got it on the 24th of December. And I've had 0 problems with it. It's hard not to just gush about it when using it.
Yeah, I know the feeling there. I'm trying not to, because I've in the past by gushing too soon about a vape, and then, you know, something terrible happens in month 3 or something. It's like, no, I've just told everybody to go out and buy this. So I'm trying to keep a lid on it.
Oh, George, we've lost your audio.
Yeah, your audio, George.
I don't know if you can hear us. But I mean, yeah, you can only review the vape you have in front of you, right? No, I still can't hear you, George. Oh, no.
Poor George.
Oh, still nothing. Jeez.
Yeah, try diddling the cord around.
Oh, something's happening.
We hear you now, George.
Aha,
Yeah,
we can hear you now.
That's it. Yeah. Okay. Good. Sorry about all that. Yeah. No, I am loving the bowl. It's good stuff. It's pretty much replaced all my other vapes for the past few weeks. Any other comments on Tafe Bowl World? What about you, D? How are you getting on? We've swapped. You've now got the small one, and I've got the big one. How are you finding that?
Yeah, I mean, there is slightly less cooling. Obviously, there is less cold metal in between you and the vapor, so there is going to be a slight decrease in cooling, but it's not like pronounced. Like, you're not going to be disappointed if you have the short stem one. I do prefer the larger cup though, just water wise. I like a large cup of water. I don't really like a small cup, but this isn't like, you know, incriminatingly small. Like when you go to a restaurant and you've got like a shot glass.
No. And it's a little bit like easier to handle as well. The smaller one, I find, like the big one can be a little bit sort of top heavy almost.
It's also easier to get the cup off on the smaller one somehow. Maybe it's just sort of like.
Yes, definitely.
But I like both of them. I think it's one of my favorite vapes. Like, as you were saying, it's really replaced like all of my other vapes, really. Like, I don't really use anything else at this point. Like, I've got my Vape XL just sitting here, and it's, you know, it's been cold for since I got hold of it.
I know, yeah. Same here. I put the red caps on, and I've put it down on the sort of bottom shelf of my little table, and it hasn't been touched really since, except I did a dab on it once, because you can't really do that on the bowl. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I'm absolutely loving the bowl. So, you know, long may it continue. Just hope it lasts. We were talking last week about Zot had seen some sort of stream where somebody actually cracked it open and had a look inside, and
I
it looked,
saw Vape
you know,
Critic open it up. Yeah, I saw Vape Critic open it up on one of his unlisted streams, but I could get you that link if you wanted to see it open up.
Yeah, I'd like to see the inside of it.
Cool. Yeah. Just people. I'm on a bit of a delay here. I'm sorry. Every time I talk, I'm cutting people off. So I apologize about that. I don't know what I could do. I could leave and rejoin. Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, try that. But it doesn't seem like you're doing that as far as we're concerned.
Okay.
It must just be that
No, it doesn't seem like that's a problem to me. You seem fine.
Okay, well, I'll keep going then for a bit. It just feels like I'm interrupting people. I've got other news. I do have this, which is an exciting new vape, the Dot Vape, the Dot Leaf, it's called, made by Dot Mod. It's very small. I will compare it to something. What have I got here? Well, here is the Spirit. So you can see it's pretty small, very slim, USB-C charging, great build quality, really nice kind of solid construction. What I like about the way this is made is that like the panels come off. This is how you change the battery. You just take the whole panel off there. I'm using the same batteries as the Tiny Mite and it seems to work really well. And on the other side, there is that little slot. Now that is the slot for the actual oven, which is a removable capsule. You can buy extras of these. It is a conduction vape. It's got a fairly standard ceramic chamber there, but obviously removable. So you could have a bunch of these preloaded. It's, you know, certainly very easy to carry these around. I'm going to load it up now and show you how it works. I'd heard a lot of stuff about this. It's been very popular on Fuck Combustion. I don't know if any of the other reviewers have reviewed this. Have any of you guys seen anything about the Dot Leaf anywhere?
I know that Edward Splifferhands did a video for it.
Okay, cool.
He's been talking about it on Instagram quite a lot, but I'm not sure. I think they really like it. So
yeah, that's what I heard. I heard a lot of people. Some people were saying it's like a mini Tiny Mite, which is kind of exciting. That's what got me all excited. And it's a nice package. I've got to say, you get quite a good sort of kit for your money. I'll show you in a minute the case it comes with, which is quite a nice case, certainly for a free case that comes with the package. You'd be very happy with this. I'll show you. I'm just loading up the chamber now. But yeah, here is the case. It's like one of these plastic sort of.
That's a nice case.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's got like foam padding inside. Comes with both size water adapters. There's an 18 and a 14. There's this sort of stirring tool, charger, some O-rings, a little brush. So yeah, nice little case. Certainly not bad as a free included case. And it's easy to like load up and very easy to use. I think it's got like 4 heat settings on there. The nice thing about it, I think, for a lot of people is that it's very unassuming, just as looks almost like a basic mod or like one of those mods where you can have the tank actually in the unit. So you just slot in your cartridge like this. And there you go, put on your little cover. All that is magnetized. And then I think you push the button 3 times to start it. Let me just see. Just push the button 3 times to begin the session cycle. And there you go. It starts glowing.
How much herb did it take?
It's a, you know, kind of a standard chamber. So I'd say about 0.3 grams. Just a very standard chamber, very similar to like the Starry or any one of those like boundless vapes, any of those kinds of things. It's vibrated, so it's ready to go. And then when you're hitting it, you can press and hold the fire button for an extra boost. It's good. The thing is, the drawback, I would say, flavor's really great when it's freshly packed. It's a very short pathway straight from that capsule that I put in straight into the mouthpiece. So with it being a conduction vape, it does get quite warm and dry. So especially if you're using it on high temperatures, you're going to get very dried out very, very quickly. So it really needs some sort of cooling mouthpiece, I think. That is the one thing I would say. And it should be simple to do because these mouthpieces just come out like that. It's just a normal, like a drip tip mouthpiece. They're very readily available. So if you had that kind of connector with like a glass tube on it, that would do some nice cooling, I think. As it is, it's a little bit too warm for me. I find it a little bit too hot. It's like a, I don't know what I'd compare it to. It's it kind of feels like vapes I used to use a long time ago. I guess like a PAX on a really high setting or something like that, where it gets quite warm and kind of, you know, dry.
Can you put less than 0.3 in the cock or in the little pod, or is it kind of?
No, you definitely can. Yeah, I've done that myself. You can definitely put less in. I think, you know, I haven't really tested how little you can put in and still get good results, but it goes quite hot actually. So even if it wasn't like fully packed, you can take it really high. I think, let me see here. I think it's like up to 230 Celsius or something. Yeah, 230 Celsius it says here, which is pretty damn hot for a portable vape. So that's at the hottest setting. I think I've currently got it on 215. So you do get these nice big clouds. I think smokers are going to love it. And obviously for something that small, it's very convenient to be able to carry this around and just take hits. But it's already drying out my throat. And I've only taken a couple of hits really. So that is the one downside to it. I just wish somebody would come up with a cool, nice cooling glass mouthpiece or something. I mean, I guess that is why they've included these water adapters, because they probably knew that that was going to be an issue. And these are nice little water adapters that just go on straight in place of the mouthpiece. So if you had like a, you know, vertical bubbler, you could easily whack that on there. You could even have some sort of glass mouthpiece that's got a 14 female connection, and you'd get nice hits from it. But then the problem is you're then increasing the size of it and making it a bit less, you know, tiny, which is a great thing about it. So, you know, there's good things and bad things about it. I mean, are you anybody interested in this? Would anybody, you know?
I like
Definitely
it. Cool.
interesting.
How is it? How easy is it to clean those little cartridges?
Lies having a bark for no reason there. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest, because I've only had it a couple of days. I haven't cleaned it, but they're very easy to just empty out. It comes with a nice pointy tool here, which makes it really easy to stir the bowl and just empty it out, and also tamp it down with this other flat end here. It's quite a narrow chamber, but not too narrow. And I think, you know, I'm not sure what the protocol is on this. I wonder whether you'd be able to soak that in ISO. Maybe not. Let's have a look, see if it says anything about cleaning.
Sorry, what did you say the battery situation was?
Battery is a removable 18650. It doesn't come with a battery in the kit. So I'm just using the same battery I use with my Tiny Mite, and it's working beautifully with that. So it seems fine.
That's good. I like that. Does it have
yeah, I was very
charging
happy to
on the
see that
unit?
as well.
Have a
Yes,
micro
it does. It's got USB-C.
USB on the unit as well.
USB-C.
Oh, USB-C, even
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
Wow.
So that is
Awesome.
cool.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
And it's, you know, it's nice kind of controls, and it's nicely made. It's a nice little kit. Somebody seemed to suggest on our Discord that some people were having some issues with it. I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. I tell you what I really like about it is that the removability and the replaceability of the actual oven. So if something goes wrong, sometimes you can get with these ceramic bowls, sort of heat shock effect where the actual ceramic cracks, or, just if you've got buildup of residue on there or something, that can cause the ceramic to crack, or even if you drop it, the ceramic can crack. And then the bowl's kind of dead because the element is actually in the ceramic. So the great thing about this is you can just buy a whole other oven, and swap it out. Or you could have a bunch of ovens pre-filled, ready, like little bullets that you just swap out and load in, which I love that idea. And I'm seeing that a lot now. We've already talked about the Ferner, which is the one designed by the BlackBerry guys, which has got removable ovens that you just swap out. And I think people are trying to bring a bit of the vape cart functionality to dry herb vaping. I think that's where that's coming from. And I wonder, even with an idea towards some sort of medical standardization where you might be able to buy a preloaded dry herb cart, at some point in the future. Seems like a good idea to me. I know a lot of medical patients who just can't get on board with vape carts. They say that they want the full spectrum
How
effect.
expensive are the ovens?
Yeah, that's a good question. Let me just look that up because that is something I don't know offhand.
And the unit itself.
Yeah,
It
even
looks
that.
pretty cool. I'm just wondering if it looks super easy to clean if all you got to clean is that little oven. And I guess the
little mouthpiece. Yeah, exactly.
That's it. That would be super easy.
Yeah, it's very simple. There's no kind of pipe cleaner action or anything like that. Let's have a look. I'm on the website now. It's dotleafofficial.com. The dot leaf itself is $160. So it's pretty low cost as well, which is nice. And let's have a look about the replacement chamber is $25. So again,
that's not bad.
It's not going to break the bank. It's quite nice as a backup vape, really, or like if you need something that is just going to be a convenient little vape that you can just keep in your pocket and, hit when you're traveling or, something like that, then this is quite a nice option, I think. But I would really like some cooling on the mouthpiece myself. I just can't take these hot hits anymore. I'm not into it. I like a nice, cool, conditioned vape hit.
That's one of the things that surprises me about the bowl is it doesn't seem like it's going to condition the vapor in any way. Like it's literally a metal tube. The width of it and sort of like, I don't know, it's very well proportioned for inhaling through. It's not too wide like the tiny mic can be when it's only got a screen in it. Like if you had the same tube as this on the tiny mic, it just would be unbearable. But there's something about this that just works. Like it doesn't need like an extra sort of like zigzagging pattern or big lumps of glass or beads or anything. It actually is very, very cool for taking massive rips. Like when Dylan tried it in the office the other day, he just said that he didn't expect the amount of vapor that he exhaled. Like it really didn't feel like he was inhaling this massive cloud.
Yeah, well, I think there is something in that tube. I'm not sure. I mean, I was reading on the website actually over the week, and there's not an awful lot of detailed information in there, but they call it, they say something about it. It produces an aerosol enabled by heat sinks, engineered heat sinks is what it says here. Yeah, I found it. It says producing exceptionally cool aerosol enabled by engineered heat sinks, regardless of inhalation speed and without resistance. So there's something in there that is taking away some of the heat, maybe some heat fins or something like that. It also says the patented fully isolated air path diffuses pure convective heat evenly across cooking zones and through the oven pot, resulting in tasteful, clean delivery.
Can you see down there? those tubey thing.
Yes. Yeah.
That looks like it stops there actually goes all the way down.
Ah, okay.
More mass to this area than you'd think.
Mm.
Like it's not just a hollow tube. If I tilt it, you might be able to see. Maybe if I tilt it and point the light. You're going to see that the tubes go all the way back. We can just right. No, you're not going to be able to see it. But yeah, the tubes go all the way down to the bottom, and then there's something else happening down here, but it doesn't look like it's much happening down here. But yeah, it's interesting that does so much.
Yeah, and I have also had an experience of cleaning it because Dee was halfway through an experiment of how filthy can you get this thing before we swapped, and mine was nowhere near. I bet you looked at mine and thought, has he even used this?
Like 5 times.
Yeah, Dee's one, there was like caked on. I'll show you where it gets caked on. Because I'd sort of noticed a little bit of kind of stickiness down there, but this under the bowl, that is where it gets caked on. So Dee was obviously doing multiple rips at full temp, I would assume, of very sticky flours, and that had created a sort of carpet of sludge on the bottom of this bowl section, and it was very thick actually. So I was a bit concerned. I thought if that's like that there, that's probably the worst of it because that's directly above the chamber. That's where the heat's going down. But I thought there could easily be a whole load of shit caked in here. And I did look at this. There's a little screw on the bottom here. And I thought, how can I get that out? It looks to me like an Allen key. So I went through my Allen keys and I've got one that's small enough, but it's actually a little bit too small. I'm not even sure if it is an Allen key because it was a little bit awkward to do. But yeah, I couldn't take it apart. So I had to so I'm assuming it's not intended to be taken apart really. So I thought, well, I'm just going to go ahead and clean it as is. So what I did was I microwaved a bunch of DC clear in a tall glass, and got it nice and hot, like I think it's about a minute in the microwave or something. And then I just dunked this whole thing in there and started stirring it around. And actually within no time at all, like 5 minutes, it was starting to flake off. And I was actually seeing what seemed like pieces of herb, like floating out of the tube here. So there were like chunks in here somehow, either of, goo or herb, I don't know. But yeah, the DC clear seemed to get it all out. I just left it soaking in there for a little bit longer. Then I gave it a good rinse. And then I got an alcohol wipe just to clean down the outside and make it sort of less sticky. And yeah, it's good as new. So it is actually pretty easy to clean. I was a bit worried about that. But it's not too bad, actually.
That's awesome.
I think the bottom
and it cleaned
is
out the whole bottom of the bowl that you were worried about?
Yeah, it's totally clean. Well, more or less, because I've had a few hits now from there. But yeah.
George, I think that is meant to be taken apart because it would make sense. Here, let me pull out in the little bag, because in the little bag I got with all the extra parts and screen or whatnot, I got this little. Here, let's see if I can actually. This little. Where's the camera there? This little circle thing that looks like the bottom.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah. So that must go on there.
Allen keys come in 2 different step sizes. So like there's different subdivisions of the main size. So you can either buy like, I think it's division between like bicycle and metric or something.
Mm-hmm.
Allen keys for bicycles don't always work in, say, like a piece of IKEA furniture or a standard Allen key fitting that you'd get from B&Q. But
yeah,
there's like other, I think even it might the difference might even be American and British Allen keys, and the British Allen keys are one size and the American are another.
Yeah, that makes sense, because it seemed like the one I had was just a tiny fraction too small, where it was just kind of clonking against the edge, but not getting enough grip to actually turn it. And the next one up in the set was too big. So yeah, I just got to find out what size Allen key that is then.
They really should provide it, because it seems like an oversight to provide us with that nice little pokey tool that fits in the base.
With no way to get to it.
I agree, because you know that's not expensive to add in a little Allen key to your kit, and then you know you've got all the bases covered. So yeah, I think Tafe should just bulk order a bunch of the correct Allen key, throw it in for us.
Just a separate tamping tool that goes in the bottom that has that Allen key tip, or even just the main one having the Allen key tip.
Yeah.
Sort of thing where certain vapors would literally take that base off after every use and vipe it like a Firefly.
Yeah, it would be easier to do it that way. I found that for me anyway, I know D hasn't had this problem. We were playing with putting the little tool in this. There's a bunch of these screw holes in the bottom, and it seems to fit perfectly. And it's got a little O-ring on there, but my O-ring got stuck inside that hole and I can't get it out now. Before that happened, it actually broke. So it was in kind of two halves, and now the two halves are stuck up in that hole.
Oh my God.
So, yeah.
I think a bit like
is it small enough that you can get one of these little things in there?
I think I probably can, but I always forget to do it until I filled up the glass, and now I'm trying to do it with a full glass of water on top. It's probably not the best idea.
That glass, I've noticed, I thought like, oh, I need to take the cup off. Where should I put the water? I don't want to throw it out, so I'll just drink it all. If it's completely full, it's just a little bit too much to chug in one go of water. You got to be sure that you want to fill that cup. Like, it's good to just give the battery a little check before you use it. Like, I didn't check that the battery was charged. Like, that's my only gripe in a way, is that I wish the battery lasted longer. But it doesn't mean that like one full charge for a usage is actually really good. Like you will get 4 bowls at full temp out of it. And when you consider the amount of power that it's delivering, like it's really clearing these bowls. And like, yeah, you're not sitting there for ages and sipping on them like with the Mighty, where you're getting 4 or 5 bowls and you're like, you know, it's 20 minutes of vaping or 15 minutes of vaping each. This is more like 5 to 10 minutes of vaping, maybe even 2 to 3 if you really go for it on the way out the door in the morning or something. But like, I just find I'm not dissatisfied with the fact that it's quick and fast. Like I quite like that. Like that's why I like the Evo and like the flower pot and the titanium, but those all require that to be pre, whereas this just really doesn't. Like it's so quick to, like when I let Dylan try this, I cleaned it up and handed it over to him, and he said, how do you use it? And I was like, big button on the front, and he'd already figured it out as soon as he did it, because he looks at it and it goes blue, goes to green, and then he goes, oh fuck, that heated up so quickly, and he wasn't even ready, so he had to stop, pull back down again, and then be prepared for the fact that immediately as he pushes the button, essentially the hit is ready. And we're doing this in a cold room, so I suspect that in the summer, this thing is literally going to be like, push the button and inhale. Because when you read their thing on the internet, it doesn't say that you wait. It just says that you press the button and inhale. So I reckon that when it's actually already warm, I think it's going to be even more powerful. Because I noticed that in the house, when it's like, because I sit right near a radiator here it is almost instantaneous. Like I push the button and it's ready to go.
Yeah, that's true. It is very quick. It really reminds me of the grasshopper, because that had almost the exact same thing, you know, where it goes blue and then it goes green when it's ready to hit. I think it was red and green with the grasshopper, but it's almost identical to that. But yeah, I wonder even if it's got a similar heater, because what blows my mind is somehow the heater is just stashed away in this tiny sort of wedge of the unit. Like there really isn't an awful lot of space there, and it doesn't seem to get hot at all. Like the top, even when you don't have a glass of water on it, the top of the puck, it doesn't get hot. You know, the mouthpiece doesn't get hot. Like it's quite ingenious.
Crazy efficient. Like, so it makes you realize how inefficient a lot of our other vapes are. Like the back must be tiny.
Yeah.
and still getting shitloads of like vapor and hot air out of it, because heating air is really difficult. Like when you consider when I use this in my living room and it's really cold, it's still managing to heat that air up all the way. Like that's really impressive, because the Mighty, the whole body gets hot. The Solo, the whole body gets hot. The Ariza Air, the whole body gets hot. The top of the
Evo.
yeah, the Evo, the entire thing gets hot.
Mm-hmm.
One of the main reasons that Evo fails over time, like, after years and years and years of use, is just all the components getting hot. Whereas this thing just doesn't seem to be doing that. Like it gets warm when you do lots and lots of vape rips over and over again, but it's nowhere near as much as other convection devices. Like especially the convection devices are guilty of this. Like the whole of the Firefly 2 Plus gets quite warm.
Yeah, because I think when you're using a heat on demand convection device, like usually you're taking in big long inhalations of cold air from the outside and expecting the heater to just keep up with it. So normally it's a heavy duty heater, like a flower pot, for example. You got a great big, Kevlar coil. And the same with the Evo, it's got a very similar sort of heater on the inside of it. These very powerful, high power heaters. So to think that you can get the same sort of effect in something so small that fits in this and charges within an hour to give you 4 bowls of hits, it's pretty impressive. That is futuristic stuff, in my opinion. I'm quite amazed. The only thing about it is it's an unusual shape or whatever, so you can't just carry it around in your pocket. But I don't think we're far off some version of this that is a little bit more, pocketable.
Like I even think that they could easily reconfigure this mouthpiece so that it's like, somewhere else on the device, like holding it like this, even where that is coming out there, like it's folding in an L shape across the top of the puck like that. Then that could work as like a tiny little portable thing. And in a way, this one with the short stem is kind of portable. It just looks like some sort of e-pipe. Like I think if someone saw you using this, they would assume that you were a pipe tobacco connoisseur that had some sort of futuristic Swiss pipe tobacco vaping device. And they're not far off. Like, in a way you could use this for that. And in fact, because it can vape convection at such a low temperature, I'd say this is probably one of the better vapes for tobacco, because a lot of other tobacco, but like conduction vapes with tobacco in them, are like really really unpleasant. Like it's just too much nicotine essentially. But I reckon with this you could probably dial in quite a nice like taste out of it rather than just pure brain melt.
I'm just looking at some of the comments in the chat where Amanda is talking about the dot leaf. She says, looks like the dot leaf chamber will not work with the dot AO because of the chip, but thinking the doors might. Wouldn't want to submerge in ISO because it's made of Ultem. Yeah, the dot AO is the mod version, isn't it? So I think you can actually put like a tank in there for liquid. I believe. I may be wrong about that, but if you guys can confirm for me in the chat. And I don't know, unfortunately, whether you can use the chamber in any other device. I don't think so. It doesn't say anything like that in the manual or the website.
I'm curious about trying it because it really does, like, I'm interested in all these vapes that really do look like mods. Like I was always into the first RBT, the Milana. Well, that's the first, the Zion before that. But I was always kind of disappointed with the Zion, with the Milana's sort of like, it's very, very low tech, and it can be a little bit of a challenge to get good vapor out of it if you don't know how to use it. But I think that this one, the dot leaf, does look a little bit more like easy to use. And I do appreciate small portables that you can use through water, because sometimes having something big like the Evo or like the flower pot's a little bit, it's a bit bulky. So things without wires are quite welcome when you're sort of downstairs and watching the telly.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm actually looking at the .AO now, which is actually a really, really nice mods type, kind of an all-in-one modern tank vape. It's mainly for use with freebase nicotine or nicotine salts. So it's not something I'd ever use myself, but yeah, it's essentially the exact same body as the dot leaf, except different internals, obviously, and a slightly different mouthpiece. So yeah, that's nice, you know, especially if you've got a dot AO to kind of then get a dot leaf and complete the set. I'd be quite into that idea. And reading a bit more in the chat where Kyle V is explaining what the issues are that some people have had. Apparently it's an issue with the delicate nature of the oven, which apparently forms small micro cracks near the base connector here. It doesn't affect the function apparently, but Kyle saw cracks forming, and apparently Kyle says it is something that the manufacturers are already working out. So it might be improved. And the great thing is, because these are replaceable chambers, you know, that's an upgrade everybody can get, you know, which is such a refreshing change compared to most other dry herb vapes.
Oh, that's the vat bong. Yeah, I want the vat bong. I can see you talking about the vat bong in chat, and yeah, I really want it.
Vat bong, the Art of Vapor one, is that the one? The
Yeah.
ceramic one, yeah. I need to send that guy another email because
I've sent him an email. I've sent him a
have
DM.
you?
I've commented on his YouTube channel. I've been trying to get in contact with him for ages. Really difficult to get in contact with.
You've been spamming this guy.
He's probably blocked us.
Contact via email through the website from the company email, so they know I'm not just like some random person. I think because I think Sneaky Pete's got one. I think Troy's got one, but I think that they might have just bought them from the website, to be honest.
Yeah, I should just go ahead and buy one. I just wanted to speak to him first and kind of see if we could get him on stream and that kind of stuff. I'm happy to buy one.
There's no plain ones left. You have to buy one of the artistic ones, which are like the more expensive ones with stuff added. Like there's one with a gecko, and there's a few with like crazy paint jobs. And I'll bring them up on screen. We'll have a look.
Yeah, I'm just having a look myself. It seems like he's got a US. Does he have a US store and a European store? That's quite cool if that's true.
He should, because he's based in France, isn't he?
Okay, excellent.
Or no, Germany.
Germany, that's right. Yes, yeah, Germany indeed.
Oh, there he is. That's the maker.
Okay, so you can pre-order the classic version and it'll be ready in April. So, and these are in British pounds, we've got £317.82. Let's have a look in dollars. These are $436. So it's not a cheap device. It's a mains unit and it is flower only, isn't it? I think. I don't think you can really do dabs or anything like that on there.
Oh, wow. They've added some new ones to the art selection one. They've got this nice lollipop one.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Quite a few new ones, actually.
I like that one, top right. Yeah. Eat Weed gang member, Stone Hazel. That's cool.
Yeah, those are really...
that.
Bet these are fun to sit around and make all day.
Yeah. Is it one person who makes all of these?
I don't think it's one person that makes everything. I think they actually have a few people that hang out there
Okay.
and make things. Where have they got here? They got Instagram. Yeah, there's pictures of other people doing it with him. And I hear there's someone making a towel-y shaped vat bong.
Mm-hmm.
So I think,
yeah, nice.
I think he gets various people in. Like he kind of like guides the design and maybe teaches them how to do the actual bong part and maybe sources the electronics. And then everyone can just come and make like, their own design and then sell it through his website.
The Beetlejuice one is cool as well. Yeah, very nice.
I've always had a soft spot for the Sid one that he's done, the Sid from Ice Age.
Oh yeah, that is nice.
That one does look very cool.
Really quite a character, as you can see.
And I understand it hits kind of like a flower pot. It's like it's very similar in the way it works to a flower pot. You've got like the heat thing that goes on top of the bowl, but it's all in one unit, and the heat is kind of shielded away from the outside by the ceramic. So that's nice.
And doesn't it have like a 2.5 gram bowl?
I don't know about that, but quite possible.
I'm pretty sure I heard that you can do like a 2.5 gram sesh on the thing.
Nice. I'm into that. I'm just having a look at it now. Advantages of the vat bong. Right, this is it.
Oh, your audio's cut out. Wave hands, everyone.
George, your audio. George.
George. George. George.
Can't hear you, George.
I don't think he's got Zoom like in front of him. I think it's underneath his browser, maybe, and he can't see us.
I'm surprised you can't.
Okay, I'm doing this then. George.
George.
George. There you go. That's a good idea.
George.
George.
Time he's gone without noticing that his audio is not working.
Oh my god, this is a long. He hasn't not noticed for this long before.
What have we done to deserve this, world? Why us? This is why we can't have nice things.
Look at him, he's still just talking. Oh, that's so sad.
Let's just keep it going. I will just see how long before.
This one time
Yeah.
at vape camp, George's audio went completely muted.
Oh, I think George has noticed.
Oh.
Oh,
Hello.
hey.
It's funny.
Hey.
I get the impression that whenever that happens, you guys all just sit there in silence waiting for me to come back. Is that true?
No, we were literally just waving around.
Yeah, right. But I mean, you can always carry on talking, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, no, we do.
We try and signal you in some way, but
Yeah. Well, I was reading this website. It doesn't say anything about the amount of herb you can put in there, but the bowl does look pretty big, and it's got a 5-year guarantee, and there's no parts to replace or anything like that. So that's quite a nice feature.
your camera's gone off, by the way.
So it has. Let's see if I can get that back on.
Let's just go on without him.
I don't think that we booted you.
There we go. What's happening with our game this week? What day are we playing a game, and what are we going to play?
I've got a stream set up for Thursday ready.
Okay.
And we're trying to find people to play Streets of Rogue. It's a 4-player online multiplayer game. It's unfortunately not cross-platform, so one other person had it on PS4, but you can't if
No.
they can't join us. But if other people want to get it on Steam, it's quite a good I think it's referred to as a roguelike game.
Roguelite.
Roguelike. Oh no, his audio's gone again. George.
Let me see what's happening.
What? Can't you hear me?
No, it's gone. It was just a brief pause. It's okay. We thought you'd.
We didn't want to have to go through round 3, I guess, of that.
Thursday, I
I
work
don't
1 to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. But besides that, I'd be happy
Okay.
to join you guys.
But yeah, I think someone else Discord said they had it. I think Vaponatic, if they're in the chat at the moment, they said they had it. So if they want to play, they can.
1 to 5 p.m. Did you say, Paul? That's exactly
Yes,
where we're
sir.
going to start streaming. I think 1 p.m. So that doesn't work.
I know, that's what happened the last time. That's why I was able to jump on for a moment.
Yeah, maybe we should do it on Wednesday in future at some point. But yeah, I guess the only downside is if you don't have this game, you've got to pay for it, which is like £15.49.
Yeah, that is the one downside.
So
we need recommendations.
Yeah.
Online free game that we can play multiplayer.
Yeah.
I mean, what I would love if
free multiplayer game.
If we could play Worms online, that'd be the best. But I mean, I've got it on PS4, so if other people had it on PS4, we could play Worms. George does it on the PS4, so that's.
I have Worms. I think I have it on the PS5 and PS4.
Oh, you got a PS5?
Oh yeah, I thought you knew.
Oh yeah, I think we did talk about it. You were talking about how when you pull the trigger, it feels like you actually feel like I'm jealous. I don't want to think.
So I'm addicted right now to Ghost of Tsushima.
Ooh.
It's so good. It's so good. It runs like at 60 frames per second. I wish the only one that I know that runs at 120 right now is Call of Duty, but I'm not a big Call of Duty fan because I'm just not very good at those games.
I don't like those games. They're kind of the same content over and over again, like with very minor alterations, really.
Yeah. And if you're not good at one, you're not good at any.
I completely forgot that we were talking about the video games Worms, and I went back to the chat and someone said, "I have Worms!" exclamation point, and I was like,
I have worms.
I have worms.
Yeah, we can play that.
Go fishing then.
Has anybody ever heard of Human Fall Flat? I'm reading that is pretty good, but I don't know what that is. Human Fall Flat, some sort of puzzle game with
Fall
a
Guys?
street.
Isn't that another one that's free?
Ball Guys, is it called?
I think so. Didn't you play that one once, D?
Yes, I did. Yeah, Fall Guys is fun. It's not cross-platform, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Flat is also $14.99.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
Oh, is it? Oh, it
and I don't know
free.
if you can play a private game of that, or if you can only play with outsiders.
Let me just see. Best cross-platform. There is always Don't Starve Together.
Yeah, I've never played that, but I'm up for it.
Or Minecraft.
I've never played either one of these games.
If we play Minecraft on stream live, we'll have like 1 million 11-year-olds coming.
Oh no, no, definitely not that. That's not good.
No. They'll say, "You dirty people. Why are you trying to play with these children?"
What are cross-gen games? Fortnite.
Dauntless. Anybody heard of Dauntless? You hunt monsters. No, it's time-consuming though. We don't want that.
Oh no, PC and Xbox One. Okay.
Rocket League keeps popping up. That's football with cars, apparently.
Rocket League's fun. I got that for PC.
Ultimate Chicken Horse. Anybody ever heard that?
I heard of that.
Sounds pretty good. Ultimate Chicken Horse is a fun game that combines building aspects with intense platforming. Players have to reach a goal by building a path to it. Any player can make just about any alteration, meaning it can be harder or easier. Yeah, apparently it's on PC, it's on Nintendo Switch, and that might be it, unfortunately.
How does Worms work?
Yeah, how does Worms work?
Worms is not cross-platform, unfortunately, I don't think.
Oh, it's not cross-platform.
PC to PS4 Trailblazers you can play from PC to PS4, which is a racing game where you leave a trail of paint on the track, apparently.
Racing's always fun.
Yeah.
Fine, I mean.
Oh, No Man's Sky is cross-platform. Borderlands 3 is cross-platform.
I think I have that.
I have Borderlands 3. I don't know if George's computer could run Borderlands 3. I'm not sure what computer George had.
No, I don't know. Probably not. Can't run much.
Fortnite? I know Fortnite, but I've never played that either.
No, me neither. I'm up for trying.
I'm up for trying if it's just us doing it. I just don't know how it works. Can we make that private, or is that you play with anyone?
No, there's a minimum of 100 people per
Holy smokes.
People get eliminated really quickly, so it's like in the space of like half an hour the game generally finishes. But the problem with Fortnite is other people are so good at it that if you're not very good at Fortnite, it just doesn't, like, you enter and you die immediately.
Instantly.
Hours. I never managed to kill a single person, and I got obsessed with the idea of like I've got to kill at least one person. Everyone that's playing this game is like 11 or 12. I have to be at least better than an 11 or 12-year-old at a video game. And no, I'm definitely not. Like, absolutely in no way. They
The problem is they dedicate their lives to it.
Yeah.
You can't compete with that.
It's true. That's all they play.
I walked up to people and they would just like start building up into the sky and then suddenly just shoot me in the head from above.
Oh my goodness. And you're just looking at them, what are you doing? Because that would be me. I'd be like, hey.
It's nuts. It'd be good. The best kind of game that we could play that would be really fun is something where we have to build a base together, like a survival game.
Okay.
But usually those things are, the only issue with streaming those is it has to be something that's cross-platform from PS4 or everyone's on PS4. Like if we're all playing, there was a game that I was playing for a while where you're stranded on a desert island and there's all these cannibals coming to try and kill you, and you've got to try and build a base before the cannibals can, build up their own forces and take you down. You've got to build your own base and make it sort of so that you actually start harvesting cannibal meat and using it to make, like, it's quite good. You end up walking around with like just a cannibal leg, and it can place a leg on fire, and you just sort of put the leg on the fire, and it cooks it, and then you pick it up, and it's just this like succulent-looking cut of meat.
That sounds good. Can I play
What
that?
is that one called?
Yeah.
I think that's called The Forest, but I can't remember if it's cross-platform.
Oh, I think that's on sale right now. Because you've played that, and I watched you play before.
The Forest.
Let's check this out.
Okay, yeah, it's on Steam.
Look at the blue lights.
Let's have a look here. I'm not supposed to be doing this unless I'm over age, it says. Must be. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's on sale right now. If you're a PlayStation member, which I think anyone who's a PlayStation player is a PlayStation member, but I don't know that for sure. At least I know I am. Let's look it up.
I gotta run, guys, but good to see everyone.
Yeah, nice to
Let's
see
take
you,
it off.
Adam.
Bye, Adam.
Bye, Adam.
Take care. Have a good week.
Yeah,
We'll
you
talk to
too.
you
See
soon,
you next
dude.
week.
See you next week.
I can't see anything about whether it's cross-platform, but it is on stream, on Steam rather.
I think it works on PC
Mm-hmm.
to play, but I think my computer would explode if I tried to stream and
Play
play.
it. Yeah, it looks pretty, full on.
Like we could play it, and then I can have my phone on Zoom
Oh,
and we can just
it
chat,
was on sale last month.
stream it.
Yeah, maybe something like that, or yeah. Well, we'll have to fit. I guess we'll just keep playing Among Us until we figure this out. We haven't come up with a good solution, have we?
It's hard to find because there's so many. I've got a good list here, but it's hard to tell because it doesn't show you everything. It's hard to tell what's good. There is the game Ark Survival Evolved, which is a survival game with dinosaurs where you build a base and you have to use dinosaurs to harvest things, and that works on PC, PS4, and other. And I've got that on PS4. I just have to download it again.
What happened to these old school
Oh no! What?
He means like, man, they really do need to come out with a good cross-platform game for people our age that just want to hang out and talk to each other and hang out and play silly games?
What happened to the games where there's like no bandwidth and it's just a small basic game but super addictive? Like they used to be all over the internet and you don't see them anymore. Where are they?
Because everyone's got consoles or dedicated gaming systems. So like most people would have like a PS4 or a, especially groups of friends will all have similar consoles for the reason of being able to play together. Like, I mean, I would also look at Don't Starve Together because Don't Starve Together is pretty fun, but I don't know if that's, let me just double check if that's cross-platform. I'm fairly sure.
Don't Starve?
There's also the Jackbox games where you can just like Among Us send everybody a private code, and I think you could play it on your phone or your PC, and one person just has to have all the packs that host it.
Wait, what was that? Sorry,
I think it's called Jackbox games. Here, let me make sure that's right. Yeah, Jackbox. So Jackbox has like a Party Pack 5, 3, and it's pretty much games that you could play like on your mobile. I'm pretty sure you can host them on PC too. And just like Among Us, where you send everybody a code to join,
Right.
it's exactly like that. I'm not sure it costs for the one person who's hosting it, but you can host up to like 10 or 20 people.
Okay, that sounds good. I like the sound of that.
Rocket League is also fun, which is pretty much just like soccer, but with cars.
That sounds fine to me too. I'm happy with any of those.
That one is 100% free unless you buy DLC for it, like cosmetics.
What's it called? Rocket League?
Yeah, it should be free on your PlayStation and PC and Switch and any console that you can connect internet to.
Cross-platform.
For Rocket League?
Yeah.
It's all platform. I'm pretty sure you can do cross-platform, like connecting with each other, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yes, Rocket League is cross-platform, so we could play Rocket League.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cool.
Let's play Rocket League.
And then maybe later we can try Ark Survival Evolved.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. So I can play this on my phone, Rocket League.
I'm not sure about your phone though.
No, on a PC though, yeah.
PC or gaming system. Do you have a gaming system, George?
No.
Oh, okay.
I thought you got
The average computer should be able to run it. So if you can run Discord and all that, George, you should be able to run Rocket League fine.
Okay, should be cool. There's
I'm
loads of
downloading it now.
Rocket League Sentinel Starter Pack. Is that what I need? Or Rocket League Jaeger Pack? There's so many different options here. I don't know which one I'm supposed to get. Rocket League official game.
It should just say Rocket League for free. All the packs are
it's
the
free,
ones
is
that
it?
cost
Okay.
money for cosmetics.
Okay, let's see. Okay, well, I tell you what, let's I'll figure this out off stream, and since we're already past 8 o'clock, let's call this a night. I'm gonna have one more rip on my bowl. If anybody wants to join me, let's put it up to number 4. Number 4 on the bowl. Live large.
Oh shit, he's going in for the whack. Cheers. Yeah, I'll
Nice.
have to agree with Dan in the chat. Rocket League is a classic.
I've never played it, but it seems easy enough.
It's only been out for like 5 or 6 years, but I've recently got into it the last 2 years.
Nice. Yeah, it sounds good
Are
to
you
me.
on PS4, Zot?
Nope, I only own a Nintendo Switch and a PC.
Okay.
I'm just going to quickly share an image from Ark Survival Evolved to where everyone's taste buds. Let me just. Where's the?
And it tickles the hairs in your nostrils, this taffy, I find. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that one's free too.
It was the front cover that kind of appealed to me. It was this girl on the dinosaur. This dinosaur kind of looks like Milesy, actually, with the gun. And yeah, like it's just kind of nuts. Like that, you know, you can ride around on this like a zebra. It takes ages to get to the point where you have a zebra and stuff, but you can build bazookas and sky bases, and you literally start naked on the beach with nothing, and you have that kind of game. Like, you literally get thirsty, you get hungry, you poop.
Nice.
You can pick up the poop and use it to fertilize things and tame dinosaurs. It's quite fun, actually. I got really addicted to it when I had my hernia surgery. It was pretty much all I did because I couldn't really get up and do anything. Yeah, I'll download Rocket League as well. I need to probably play somewhere.
So maybe we'll do that. Are we going to try that on Thursday if we can make it work? Maybe we should do a trial run just to see if we can actually make it stream and all that stuff.
If it's coming from my PS4, then it should be fine to make it stream. It'll just show.
Okay.
It'll just show my screen and me.
What time Thursday you guys think?
Thursday is going to be 1 o'clock your time, Paul.
Okay, so I'll be working that day, but I'll play with you guys the next time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We'll do it.
I'll
I'll
see
book it for next Wednesday already, and we'll do Rocket League again on next Wednesday if you want, Paul.
Cool.
Yeah.
That'll work. Yeah. I'll get
Beautiful.
all set up on it and I'll learn how to play it.
I'll do like Ark next Thursday, and George doesn't have to join Ark if he doesn't want to. But if Paul, if you get Ark, we can like make a dino. Oh no, wait, you're not available on Thursdays, are you?
Yeah. No, wait, no, not Thursday. Wednesday I can, but not Thursday.
Maybe we'll do it on a Wednesday.
Wednesday following, we'll do Ark or something. We'll build a dino bit.
Sounds good to me. I'll download it right now as well.
Nice.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Great to see you. Have a good week. We'll see you on Thursday and again next Tuesday.